What great timing as the City of St. Catharines worked overnight to install a rainbow crosswalk on St. Paul Street just before the beginning of Pride Month. Enzo DeDivitis is the chair of Pride Niagara. Enzo, would you call this a breakthrough, a momentous occasion for the LGBTQ plus community?
It absolutely is. We're in Niagara, we're very blessed because all our municipalities, for the most part, are very supportive and very productive and spreading the diversity and inclusivity. So St. Catharines has always been at the forefront of that. So working with them has always been easy and a pleasure to do. So the crosswalk does not surprise me, but it definitely humbles me.
The choice of that particular crossing, is that appropriate as well?
Absolutely. That choice was a decision working with the city and the advisory board, the LGBTQ plus advisory board for the city of St. Catharines. So that design went back and forth from the board to the city, back and forth several times. And the city was always welcoming for the suggestions and the changes. It took 2 years, so it's definitely a labor of love, but it was worth it.
This year, the Niagara Catholic District School Board decided to fly the rainbow flag at
Yes.
their office and at all of their schools as well. Would you consider that another breakthrough?
Absolutely. Pride Niagara and several organizations in the city, actually, in Niagara, parents and students alike reached out to the school board with countless letters. I know several parents reached out to Pride Niagara, and about 2 months in advance, we were submitting letters and asking requests. What we did was to give it a spin because naturally people just come up slightly aggressive and they want something right away because we deserve it and it's just equality. It should be happening. We try to welcome people into what we're doing. So we went about it asking them to participate in our annual flag raising that we've been doing for the past 12 years. So we've reached out to them in April and the end of April, then the beginning of May, 2 or 3 times, just to ask them to be a part of the Niagara Pride celebration that's already happening. Some of the councils were very supportive. All the schools separately have been very supportive. It just the actual school board where for them to change policy was labor intensive, but they did it.
Are these breakthroughs even more important during the pandemic? This is the second straight year that you haven't been able to have the Pride celebration in Montebello Park.
I think they're more important. I think they're definitely more important because this lockdown and this pandemic, everyone has been forced to look at these problems, to look at the challenges in our community, in our society, on these marginalized groups. For the LGBTQ plus community, they're often overlooked on these times of crisis. We don't necessarily have safe spaces at home. So a lockdown and staying at home order for some, they may think is a hidden blessing because they can be with their family and they can take that time to be together. That's not the case for a lot of LGBTQ people. Their family is not at home. Their support group is chosen kin. So for them to see these symbols, these flags going up, the school boards opening their mind, this crosswalk in St. Catharines, I think that speaks volumes. And it reminds them that they may not be in a safe, comfortable place right now, but when this is over, when they get to see other people, when they get that outreach again, it's there. Their community is welcoming them.
And so this is the beginning of Pride Week for Pride Niagara. Yesterday, you illuminated the bridge in Welland. Was there a gathering at that bridge of some sorts to celebrate?
There was not a gathering. We were working with the Downtown Business Bureau of Welland and the downtown and the city of Welland. Different businesses downtown Welland, everyone provided their virtual support. So everyone reported messages, some counselors, but nobody actually physically at the bridge because we didn't want to start a crowd. We didn't want to go against any policies. And our main concern is everyone's safety. So we thought it would just be easier to provide it virtually as long as the support is there and the acknowledgement is there. That's what counts.
Big thing happening Friday, the Unity Awards.
That's my favorite event for the whole week, actually, because it celebrates all the successes of the LGBTQ plus individuals and organizations and allies within the Niagara region. Like often we talk about what's going on broader. We talk about what's happening in Toronto or a celebrity or some news that's broader than Niagara. And we kind of overlook the successes of the individuals in Niagara that are making it easier for us and that are changing things for us. So this award strictly celebrates them. The nominees are made by the community and the recipients are decided by the community. So it's completely community run. And that's my favorite part, just highlighting our community.
Things wrap up for Pride Week for Pride Niagara on Saturday. What's happening
Yep.
Saturday?
Saturday, we have a virtual Pride show. It's kind of our virtual version of Pride in the Park. So we have various drag performers, kings, queens. We have stand-up comedians. We have some live music. We have some RuPaul drag queen special guest appearances. We have a very special performance from the Strong Women Water Indigenous Drum Group. They've been a part of Pride in the Park every year. So that's one of our highlights as well. All local talent just coming together, celebrating, donating their time to celebrate Pride in Niagara.
I noticed in the Major League Baseball, San Francisco Giants are putting the Pride colors on their hats this month.
Yes.
And that, to me, that is a huge breakthrough on an international scale between Canada and the US.
Absolutely. It's the acknowledgement. As long as our big thing is the acknowledgement has to go hand in hand with the accountability. So now, and the accountability part comes from the community. So when these people are acknowledging us, when they're acknowledging our community, we now have to hold them accountable for their future actions and the steps they take after that. So it's a huge step. It's a step in the right direction. They're choosing to be on the right side of the conversation.